and welcome back to redheart.com as well as the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host Mikey, and in today's tutorial we are going to do the little pea pod baby sundress just as you see on redheart.com. It's a free pattern. I'll provide a link in the more information of this video. In today's video I'm going to take you through start to finish of this particular little sundress. I'm going to be doing a 6-month version. You will notice that there are 4 sizes: 6 months, 12 months, 18, and 24. Now if you're following this tutorial, I am going to be doing the 6 month, so you just have to follow along here. So what you're going to be seeing in here, if you're not familiar with instructions, is that it will say chain 76 and then you'll see a bracket 80, 88, and 92. Those are the different sizes of projects. So for example, the directions are 6 months, just like C, and the changes are 12, 18, and 24 in the parentheses. These are in order. So 76 is the smallest size, then 80 is the next, and next, and next. So as you're following along, you're just going to want to go through. If this were me and I were you, I would simply, if you want to do, for example, you want to do the 12 months, which is the second number in, I would take your highlighter or even a pencil and just highlight the second digits of all of the ones that are appearing in parentheses in order for it to make sense for you. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's review our project. We have straps just like you see, we have the bodice just like so, and then we have the dress just like you see here. Really quite fabulous. The heart here is from another tutorial that I have run, and I really thought this was very Care Bear like, so I decided to put that as an applique instead of the flower. We do have a video on the flower as well, just in case you want to run with that idea as well. So what we're going to be using today is that I'm going to be using the Red Heart baby soft steps, or soft baby steps just like you see. You could also substitute and use the Red Heart gumdrop or another Red Heart baby yarn. This yarn is so incredibly soft. So just for kicks today I'm going to do mine in purple and white in order just to kind of mix it up. Do not be scared to change the colors for anything that you see, including adding more striping to your project. So let's begin. We're going to be using a size H or a size 5mm crochet hook today, and I'm going to be using the Red Heart soft baby steps for this particular tutorial as well. So let's start off this dress, and we are going to do the bodice, which is the top part, the top chest. And what I want to do is that I want to leave a little bit of an extra long tail so I can sew that in afterward with the darning needle, so you'll never see it popping out at the top of the dress. We're now going to create a slip knot to begin, and I am doing the 6 month as I've already mentioned, and so it says with A, which means the color, in my case it will be purple, it says chain 76. If you're doing the other sizes, please chain those other sizes, and it says to do this loosely without twisting the chain and then joining with the first stitch with the slip stitch. So what I want to do is that this never counts as one, so we just want to roll back and pull through forward, so yarn over. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And what I want you to do is go to the number that you've selected. If it's 76, 80, 88, or 92, I'll meet you back up in just a moment where we'll join it together and make sure that this chain is not twisted. So my chain is now completed, and all I want to just do is that I want to look at this chain from our perspective to make sure it's not twisted. So I'm just going to move my hands down the chain and just lightly put it down, so then making sure that it all looks symmetrical as I'm passing it through my hands just like you see here. And once I do that, so I'm just kind of untwisting what has been twisted, and once I get that done I can safely then take the last stitch and I can just insert it into the hook just like you see, and I'm gonna grab the yarn going from the yarn ball and I'm gonna pull through just like you see here. So everything should be untwisted at this particular point. So now we're ready to move along, and we are going to go to round number 1. Now round number 1 has a really interesting beginning point, and this helps you not to have any major gaps within your work. And it says work beginning double crochet into the first chain. So let's determine what that is. That's just not a regular double crochet. It's something I've never seen before. So what it says in the special abbreviations, it says chain 2. So let's do this slowly. So we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and then it says draw up a loop in the second chain from the hook. So we're going to drop a loop, so we're going to just go into the second chain from the hook and draw up a loop. So now we have 2 loops on the hook. So now it says draw up a loop in the same stitch as the chain 2. So now going into the same stitch where you just draw that, or like the original when we started, we're going to draw up. So we're going to now have 3 on our hook. And now it says to yarn over and draw through 2 loops twice. So we're going to yarn over and draw through the first 2, yarn over and draw through the next. And this is the beginning double crochet. So this is something really unique and really kind of easy when you really break it down quite slowly. So it says now double crochet into each chain around and join with the slip stitch at the top of the beginning double crochet. So what I'm going to suggest to you at this point, do you see how in the stitch work you have like the regular stitches just like you would see? I strongly recommend that you turn that over so that you're going to work with the back spine of the chain. So in the back of it. And the reason for that is that you will have a very perfect looking edge at the top of the bodice that the child will be wearing, and it's something that you're not going to worry about it looking really off. So when you double crochet, just make sure that you have it and you're turning over and you're going into 1 string at the back. And once you do the first one, the rest of them simply just turn over, and you can just see there I just skipped the first one already. So just look for the back spine. I call it the spine. I'm not sure there's actually a technical word for that, to be quite honest with you. But once you do the first one, the rest of them should just pop up and be ready for you. And so what I want you to do is just double crochet, doing that same concept, going all the way around, and you'll have the perfect top for your pea pod. And when we come back, we'll have this done and we'll join it with a slip stitch and move on to the next round. I've now come all the way back around, and simply before you make the attachment to the top of the beginning of the double crochet, you want to make sure that this does not have a twist to it. So what I would do is look at it as if it was a fan belt of a car. So you can see it's still twisting. So what happens here, what I would do is take out the hook just like so, and just kind of stretch it out and turn this piece here. Okay, this is from the hook. Just turn it once over and see if it makes it worse or whether it makes it better, just like you see. And so voila, you will then want it to make it very simple. So it's just an easy way of doing it, just to make sure you stretch it out just like so. And then once you have it stretched out, then you can just simply just join it with the beginning double crochet in order to finish that. So just double check it one more time. Daniel did an entire dress once, and he got about 6 inches into it on an adult dress and realized that it had a permanent twist to it. Not a very happy camper. Yeah. Anyway, so let's start on with your next part of this project, going to round 2. Okay, let's work from 2 to 6 right now, and this is round 2 to 6 for the smallest size version. If you're doing other sizes, it'll be 7, 8, or 10. So you go rounds from 2 to 7, 2 to 8, or 2 to 10, depending on your size. So it says work in the back loop only. Okay, this is just for this beginning stitch. It says work beginning double crochet into the first stitch and then double crochet into each one around. And we're going to do that for all of those rounds from 2 to 6, 2 to 7, 2 to 8, or 2 to 10. So let me show you the first one. We're going to do that beginning double crochet again, and this allows that stitch to be hidden when you're going around. You'll still see it slightly, I will say, but it does a great job of hiding it. So we're going to chain 2 to begin, and then working in the back loop only, we're just going to come down to the second chain, okay, just like you see here, and we're gonna pull up a loop. And then what I want you to do is that I want you to go down into the back loop only and pull up like this, and then pull through 2 and 2, and that is the beginning again. So the very next stitch here that's available, you're just gonna go in and do it regular as a double crochet, and you're gonna do that every time you go around right in this beginning spot right here. So I want you to complete round 2 to 6 or 2 to 7, 2 to 8, or 2 to 10 on your own, and when we come back all of that will be done, and that'll be the top chest area of the baby pod sundress. And make sure that when you do come around here, I will meet you back in just after the first round here. Just make sure that you are good to go, and we'll be back in just a moment. So I'm just coming all the way back around, and the biggest problem that people have when they do projects like this, including Afghans, is that they add extra stitches. So what I want you to do is that I want you to look at everything like it's train tracks. And do you see how that this train track matches this train track on top? See how that stitch is going in there? that's an easy way to tell if you have enough stitches. So it appears that you have 3 stitches left, but in actual fact this is pulling from this one, this is inside, so in actual fact there's only 1. And if you can identify that, you're just laughing all the way for your crochet. So now that you have the last one done, so we're just gonna slip stitch to the top of the beginning double crochet. So that was round number 2. Let's try that again. So we're just gonna slip stitch it and bring it to conclusion. Also, I would double check one more time to make sure that you don't have any weird twists within your project. So when you start up again, we're gonna do that chain 2 again, just like you had been already, and we're just coming to the second chain from the hook. We just come in, pull up, and then we come into the back loop, pull up, and then we have 3, then pull through 2 and 2. And then we begin to double crochet again into the next one. So what I want you to do is I want you to complete all the rounds on your own from the rest of it. So it's either 2 to 6, 2 to 7, 2 to 8, or 2 to 10. It's all the same thing. And when we come back, we're gonna start the skirt area, and that is gonna be even more fun because you're gonna be surprised how fast this really does go in the end. So let's meet back up in just a moment where I'll move you on to the next part of this project. So now it's time to move up onto the project, and this is the bodice as just like you see, and now it's time to do all this fancy stitch work with this bottom here. This is so simple. It is gonna go so fast you're not even gonna believe it. So I want to take your eyes here to the project, and this is what we have. This is the top of it, and this is here is the bottom where I left off. I've already decided to fasten off my yarn. It says not to, and the reason for it is that I want to do a different color, and this is where you can experiment. See how I said that you're gonna see the stitch, the joining? It's not that big a deal, is it? It actually does a really great job of hiding it. So I'm gonna be able to join it now at the bottom. So what we want to do at this point is that I want to be able to just change the color just for one line, just to make a little bit of a white strip. And again, the creativity is completely up to you when it comes to this particular project. So let's begin, and I'm gonna fasten on my white, and I'll join you in just a moment. And we should just go through the patterns really quickly here, and we're gonna start off with the skirt. If you are doing the smallest size, you're gonna just follow down the instructions, and then it says to fasten off if this is A. So we're gonna get all the ways to only round number 12. That's how fast this goes. But if you're doing the 12, 18, or 24 months, it's gonna say to repeat different lengths. So for example, from 12, 18, 24, you're gonna do this, what it says, and if you're going to 18, 24, you're also gonna do that. And then if you wanna do the 24 months version, you can just follow it down like that. So that's how you do it. So I've done the smallest size here just to make the tutorial quicker, but so that you understand on how to read the instructions at the same time. So let's begin to do that next. I'm gonna just change it to white, and I'll meet you in just a moment. So let's begin round number 1. So if you're changing off the yarn, you just gotta make sure that when you're joining the yarn back, that it's gonna come up into the same spot in which if you didn't fasten off. So you just have to check that, and I'm just gonna bring this on board like so. I've left a generous tail so I can use a darning needle to hide that in afterward. So let's begin as if we have not fastened off, and it says to chain 1, and it says single crochet into the first stitch. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna just single crochet exactly where I am right now, and then it says to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then it says to skip the next stitch and go to the next for a single crochet. This is this entire round. So 1, 2, 3, so chain 3, skip the next single crochet and go all the way around doing the same thing. And when I come back, I'm gonna change the color back to purple. I just want this to be a line just going across the dress just like so. So you can really play with the ideas for the design when it comes to this particular dress. So you could almost really have no 2 pea pod dresses exactly the same if you're going to do some color changing just like you see here. So let's move along. I'll meet you in just a moment. We'll move on to round number 2. So I'm coming all the way back around, and here's a cheating technique. What if you don't have enough stitches and you are going to be left with flubbing the part right at the end? So what I would recommend here is that I appear to have 3 stitches left. I actually technically only have 2. So I'm just going to chain my 3, And because it is a dress, it'll open up anyway at the bottom, so you can flub it right here. So technically I would have just, this should, like, there should be no space here. This is included into the one here, but I want to just chain a 3 anyway and just join it to the beginning. So it's a way to be able to, without having to frog all of your work that you've started with, just in case you ended up with an odd number. It looks a little strange right now, but just give it a moment, and I'm gonna change the yarn back, and you realize that, you know, it's a dress anyway. It's going to be draping down perfectly. This particular seam also appears underneath the armpit of the child as well, so it's something that can be hidden very easily as well. So let's move on to your next part. You'll be noticing off camera that I am hiding in the loose ends that we have. I'm just using a darning needle and I'm just securing them in. It's the best way to be able to hide these loose ends, just going in and out of the stitches, and you want to just go in 3 times in both directions, and therefore it'll never come out on you. So you just want to just hide it within the same color that you're using, and just like so, and so then you'll never see it when you're working on it. So you can just cut it right to the wick, just like so, and it's something that looks perfect every time. So that's something I am doing off camera, just so that you're aware. So let's move on. We're going to move on to the next round, number 2 next. So I'm going to start round number 2, and I'm just going to create a slip knot, and this is how I'm joining this. So you will notice the pattern never changed color. So I'm just going to come into the gap itself, on the very last, see where it's joining, just coming into the last gap and just doing this, and I will secure the loose end afterward, just like I just showed just a few moments ago. And I just want to join it just like you see. So let's begin. It says to chain 1. Okay, so we're going to chain 1 first. And I just want to get this out of the way, and it says single crochet into the first chain 3 loop, which is where we are. So let's just single crochet into that same loop, and this whole round is so simple it's not even funny. So it says to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we come into the next chain 3 gap in single crochet. So 1, 2, and 3, coming into the next gap, and do that all the way around. You will see that this dress is going to start materializing right before your eyes. Okay, so let's do this for round number 2. When we come back, we'll be done this round, and I'm going to move on to round number 3. So we're just completing round number 2, and make sure that you do chain your 3 before finishing it off and joining it to the beginning single crochet where you started with, just like you see. So let's move along to round number 3. Round number 3 is actually very simple. It looks a lot more complicated than it is, and let's begin to do that in just a moment. So let's begin round number 3. Round number 3 is really simple. So it says to slip stitch to the first chain 3 loop. The reason why it's asking you to do that is that we need to start off to the inside of these loops and not in a joining spot like we had. So what I want to recommend is that we just go around the loop, just like so, just in the next gap, just grab the yarn and just pull through, and so now you are just moved over to the beginning gap, just like so. So it says now to chain 5, which counts as a treble crochet, and chain 1, and this will make sense in just a moment. So let's chain 5. So 1, okay, and then it says to treble into the same chain 3 loop. So to treble, we wrap and wrap and into there. Do you see how I'm just pushing down on this? When you wrap and wrap, for example, see how it just kind of comes over the hook? So I always go push down, wrap and wrap, and in, just like so, and so it stabilizes everything. Grab the yarn, and then you'll have 4 loops on your hook. You pull through 2, 2, and 2 all the way back to the beginning. So it says to do that, so this is called a V-stitch if you look at the special instructions on how to do it. So basically we just have to V-stitch into the chain 3 loops as we go. So what we're going to do is that this chaining of 5 counted as 1, so this is together as 1, and it doesn't make sense right now, but it will in just a moment. So you just have to bear with it. So let's wrap and wrap, and going into the next one that's available, pull through 2, 2, and 2. So here's your V-stitch. So you're going to chain 1 first, then push down, wrap and wrap, in, pull through 2, 2, and 2. Okay, so we just immediately V-stitch to the next. So wrap and wrap, like so. So chain 1, okay, wrap and wrap, my finger automatically wants to push down because I've crocheted so long that I know I need to do that. So wrap and wrap into the next one. Okay, chain one, wrap and wrap. And so you're essentially creating these gorgeous V-stitches just like you see. Now I have to tell you, when we did this chaining of 3 right here, what this did is it caused the dress to bell out, to make a bell shape at the bottom. So you're wondering to yourself, well, how did the dress get actually bigger? And it's because we started with that chain 3, and now that we're doing this V-stitching, it's going to cause it to bell out even more, which is very desirable, obviously. So continue to V-stitch all the way around, and when we come back, I'll show you what to do next. So I'm just coming back to the very last gap. You remember how I told you to fudge it in this white area? You really can't tell, can you? So that's the whole point of being able to fudge the pattern at that particular point if you've lost your stitch count in any way. And because you're now working the dress, the gaps become the obvious areas to be able to work in. So now it's time to join it to the beginning, but we just don't join it to the beginning top like you would normally would. You'd have to count the 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember how we chained 5? Well, that one right in the there is the gapping space in between the V stitches to be able to maintain itself. When I come back, I'm going to have the colors changed, and I'm going to move on to round number 4, and I'm just maintaining this white and purple idea as we going along on here. So it doesn't say to change the color, but this is crochet. You can do whatever you want when it comes to changing your colors at any point. So let's come back in just a moment. Okay, as promised, I have changed my colors, and now I'm ready for round number 4. It says to chain 1, so let's begin to do that. We're going to chain 1, and it says to single crochet into the next V stitch, chain 3, and then repeat going all the way around. So what we want to do is that this here, see how they're in the same ones at the bottom of the gaps? When we play, we want to be in the top area where it's joining at the bottom, just like so. So now that we've joined here, we're going to single crochet into the first one, then chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we look for the next V stitch. See how it's joining at the bottom here? This is the gapping space. That's where we want to play, just like so. So 1, 2, and 3. Look for the next V stitch, go in the top area, and please do that all the way around, and that'll complete round number 4. And now we're all the way back around, and we are just going to slip stitch to the beginning of the single crochet, just like we started with, just like there. And so now we're ready to move on. I'm going to be changing the color back again to purple, and then we are going to move on to round number 2 next. So we're just going to repeat the next round, number 2, that we've already learned before. So just hang on a sec, I'll change my yarn, I'll be right back. So my yarn is now joined, and I'm ready for round number 2 again. So we're just going to simply, I've already done my chain 1, and then it says single crochet into the first chain 3 loop, just like so. So you're looking for the chain 3, and then 1, 2, and 3, and then going into the next one that's available. So you already have done this before, so 1, 2, 3. Just look for all of these loops that you see, and just keep going into each one as you go all the way around. And this is repeating round number 2, which is the same thing as round number 5. And so when we come back, we're going to be doing round number 6, which is a whole nother element to this particular dress, and that's even more cooler, and it will provide even more interest to your dress. And to remember to finish up round number 5, which is the repeat of round number 2, we just have to make sure we do a chain our 3, and then we're just going to join it with the single crochet, just like you see, to reach across. So let's move along. We are going to do round number 6 next. It has cluster work, and we're going to review that in just a moment, and I'll show you how to do it. It's actually really simple too, and you'll see in the dress this is the solid parts in between all of the lace work that you see, just like so. So let's move along and do round number 6 next. Okay, round number 6 is really easy, so we're just going to begin, and we're just going to chain 1, and it says slip stitch to the first chain 3 loop. So this is the chain 3 loop here, this gapping space, so we're going to start there first. And now let's just move through the instructions really quite slowly here. So it says to chain 2, 1 and 2, which counts as the first leg of the first cluster. Don't worry about the language here, just follow along with what you see on camera. So it says double crochet and chain 1 cluster. So here's what we're going to do, is that we're going to double crochet, okay, and then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do a cluster into the same chain a 3 loop. So the cluster, there is instructions for the cluster, so we're going to yarn over and insert into the loop, and we're just going to continue to draw up on the loops. Yarn over and draw through 2 loops on the crochet hook in the same stitch, just like you see here. And so now you'll have 3 loops on your hook, and so you're just going to pull through all of them just like this. So that makes total sense, right? So let's begin to do that one more time. So in the top of each loop we're going to do this all the time. So let's do the next cluster. So there's no spacing, there's no chains in between the clusters on these loops. So we're just going to double crochet. Well, we're going to do a cluster, so we're going to pretend we're going to do a double crochet. We're going to pull through 2 and hold, wrap again going into the same, pull through 2 and hold. You have 3 on your hook, pull through all 3, chain 1, and then do that again. So going in, pull through 2 and hold, wrap into the same area, pull through 2 and hold, and now you have 3, pull through all 3. So we want to do that going into each one all the way around. And once you get onto that process, it turns really quick as you can do that like so. So this is just the regular version if it were me doing it. And so you'll see that this provides a nice thick section of your particular dress, and it looks really quite amazing as you go. Okay, so continue to do these clusters all the way around. So I'm just finishing up the cluster round, which is round number 6, and I just simply want to join it then to the beginning that we have over here. So let's do that. And so as per the instructions, we're now going to start doing round number 7, and I want to begin to do the same color configuration. So I'm going to change the color back to white again to be able to do round number 7. And then once we get beyond there, what we need to pay attention to is that we're going to start repeating what we already know. And when we get to that point, I'm going to tell you to reverse on the video in order to follow exactly everything that you already learned going this part for going forward. So let's change color, and I'll meet you back and we'll complete round number 7 together. So to begin, I've already just fastened on my yarn to where it would be finished if you were not fastening off your yarn, if that makes any sense. So I want to chain 1 first, and it says to single crochet chain 3 into each chain 1 space. Now the chain 1 space exists in between each one of the clusters that you did. So here's a cluster, here's a cluster, and remember that we chained 1 in between. That's where we're going to play. So let's begin. We're just going to stretch ourselves over. So we're just going to stretch ourselves to the very first one. So it's the chain 1 space, just like you see, and then chain 3. 1, 2, and 3, and then just look for the next chain. See next cluster. See how they're on the same gap. So it's the one right in between. So if you can just look for that. If you've made a mistake and you only see one cluster in a gap space like that, that means that you're probably gonna have to frog your work because your work won't turn out properly. So it's just one of those concepts to look for. So again, you're just looking for the next group of 2, and it's right in between. And you want to do that for this entire round. So 1, 2, and 3, and continue to do that. So this completes up round number 7, and I'm in the gap space of the last cluster, and I just want to simply just join it to where I started to finalize off this round. So it says round number 8. We're gonna just repeat rounds number 2, and then you'll look in the instructions. It says rounds number 9 to 12. You're just repeating the rounds that you've already done. So I'm gonna continue to repeat that off camera, and you can simply just go through the rest of this pattern for this particular point. Now you will notice that in the bottom of the dress, if I pull up the sample, is that the bottom of the dress has a slightly different configuration on it. And so what we're going to be doing is that when we come back, I'm going to be just following along and just making sure that we're getting it all right, and then we're going to come back and just do the trim. So I'm going to continue to do what I can off camera, and we're then going to work on the trim together at the bottom at that point. So let's continue to do that, and when we move back, I'll see you at the bottom of the trim. So I'm back again, and off camera I've gotten a lot of stuff done, and we're ready now for the edging that you can find up here. So you'll just have to continue to follow the instructions depending on the size that you have, but the edging is the same for all of it. So it doesn't matter which version that you're working on, it's just that you have to do this. So on this particular one here, this is my sample that I started off with. From here down all the way to the bottom is the entire edging. Now you will notice that the model in the picture, that the bottom of her dress is all like a really thick band. It's this complete edging. So for me, I'm just gonna continue the whole thing for the rest of this edging now to be white. And so this is what it looks like, a little mini dress at this point. And so now I'm gonna do the edging, which is gonna finish it off. This is coming out a lot more cooler than I expected. So let's continue, and we're going to do round number 1 of the edging, and with the right side facing. So you have to determine what is the right side and what is the wrong side. I can simply tell that this is the right side because the stitching looks different on the other side. So this is just something you'll have to do, and you'll have to figure out where your stopping and starting points are. And the this particular seam line here, it's not very obvious, but for me, I'm a professional crocheter, I can actually see it. So what I want to do is I want to just grab in the same area in order to start the next part of this project. So let's begin round number 1 next. So let's begin round number 1, and it says with the right side facing, which it is, it says join B, that's the color, in any chain 1 space. So this is the clusters again, and again you can see that they're in the bottom of the same stitch, just like so. So when they're separated, that is your chain 1 space. So let's just join this yarn on board like so, and I'm going to do the remainder to be white in this case. So we've joined it, and now it says to chain 1 and to single crochet and then chain 3 into each chain 1 space. So what we want to do is that I'm going to single crochet first before I leave this spot here, and then I want to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Simply just come to the next group of clusters. You can see that they're sharing the same hole in the bottom. Just come in between them and just single crochet in there. So 1, 2, 3, go to the next group of the clusters, and then just single crochet in between. So continue to do that all the way around. So I'm coming all the way back around, and I just simply want to join it to where I did my single crochet when I started. Now as per the instructions, it says to repeats rounds 5 and 6, and if you look at round 5 and 6, you'll see that round 5 was actually repeating of round 2. And round 2 essentially is doing exactly what you're just doing right now. So let's begin. We are going to chain 1, okay, and we are going to single crochet into the first chain space, and then 1, 2, and 3, and then go into each one around. So 1, 2, 3, and then in. So continue to do that. That'll be round number 2 of this particular piece. And when we come back, we're going to repeat round number, we're going to do round number 3, which in case is actually round number 6, which is your clusters once again. So let's continue to do that. Meet back up in just a moment. So we're just finishing up this round and joining it to where we did our first one, single crocheting in to the first chain 3 loop, coming in, and so now we're at a join space. So therefore the next one, which is our round number it is round number 6, we are simply just going to start round number 6. So we chain 1 and then we slip stitch to the first chain 3 loop, just like so. So now we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. We're doing the clusters again, so we're just going to do the first together like so, and then chain 1, and then let's cluster into each one of these spaces going all the way around. Okay, so there's the next chain there. So we're just going to start our clustering again. So you already know how to do this, so it's just a matter of repeating it again on this one here. So continue to do the clusters. There's 2 clusters into each one with the chain 1 in between for this entire round. I'm now coming to the end of row number 6, which is round number 3 of doing this, and I just want to do this. I just want to slip stitch to the top of the beginning, and let's begin the very last round with this. And it says to change the color, and if you notice, the bottom of the dress has a different, like a pinkish color. In this case, I'm going to leave it the same. I'm just going to run with it and see what happens. So it says to chain 1 and then single crochet into the same space. So let's just do that. And then it says so we want to look for the fan shapes that we want to do here. So it says fan in the next chain 1 space. So we're going to fan in the chain 1 space, which is in between the 2 clusters that are sharing the same gap underneath. So to do the fan, there's special abbreviations, and it says to double crochet, and then chain 1, and we want to repeat that 3 times. So what we're just going to do is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet, just like so. So you'll end up with 4 double crochets to complete this fan. So when you go to the fan, it says and then single crochet into the next chain 1 space. So you're gonna single crochet into the next cluster in between. Okay, so let's begin again. So we're gonna do the next fan, and we look for the next cluster, the chain 1, and we just start again. So we're gonna double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and finish off with the double crochet. So there'll be 4, and then in the next cluster that you can find, you'll have single crochet. So continue to do that all the way around in this one. And when you get all the way back, you're just going to slip stitch and fasten off. Just for kicks, I'm gonna go around the bottom edge one more time. It's not as per the pattern, but I'm gonna single crochet a purple edging all the way around the bottom. I just want to do it just because I can, and it's just something I just want to play with. So can fasten off, and you don't have to do it, but I'm going to, and then when we come back I'm gonna do some strapping, and that will be the final part. The strapping goes a lot more quicker than you may realize. So let's begin to do that next. Just for kicks today, I'm gonna show you how I am doing the single crochet, just in case you are interested. This is not per the pattern. Essentially what I'm just doing is that I'm working in between the gapping spaces of the posts and etc. So I'm chaining 1, jumping into the next gapping space, chain 1. You remember how we did the double crochet, chain 1? So I'm just working in between the spaces instead of going into any stitches, and this is just gonna provide a nice cute little border for me. That is just something that's extra. It's not part of the pattern, but it's something that you can add your own little spin to it if you wish. So when I come back, I'll be done this and we'll start the straps. We'll promise this time. We'll see ya. Okay, so this is what we have so far. We have the bottom of the dress here. We have the bodice, which is the chest area, and again this is for a 6-month-old. That's why it looks as petite as it does. But look how the bottom fringing just really kind of brought that out. Really love that. So let's move on to our straps next, and the straps are going to be attached according to what I read in the instructions, well, way back a few months ago, is that the actual seaming is underneath the one armpit of the child. It's actually not at the very back of the dress, so it's just right on the side. So then therefore the child can be looking at face on, or it can be on the back end just like so, and you will never see a seam. So that's actually pretty cool. So let's begin to do your straps next. So let's look at the straps. What we have here is we have 2 sets, and the straps are adjusted and put right onto this product as we go. So they're not done off and then they're sewn on. They're actually done right as per the item. So what you're going to notice is that the front strap is much smaller in lengthwise. The back strap is coming up all the way from the back. I was going to turn the paper over, but I wouldn't help you. So the strap is coming up through her back and then looping over the forward, and there are loopholes in every one of the sections of the strap. So if, for example, your baby is getting bigger, then what you can just do is that the front strap may be a little bit too, the back strap may be a little bit too long, but as your child grows, what happens is like a belt, you just go down one more strap, and then basically to the point where the child outgrows the dress completely. So we're gonna do the left back strap first, and it says use the material. We're gonna join, and you're gonna look at it. Here's your seam line, and it says that you're gonna want to count over so many stitches, and you'll see that it'll either say 7, 8, 9, or 10, and in this case this is the 6-month version. So we want to count from the seam line. We're gonna count over 7 because this is the 6 months. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And because I had you do the beautiful top of the line just like so, it's just gonna slide in like butter. And let's begin to attach our yarn at that particular point. And so this is the right side of the product facing us, so this is the side that everybody will see when they're looking at your child. So let's begin to work our way across, starting at that particular point. Okay, the strap is gonna go extremely fast, so here we go right now. So we're going to chain 3, so 1, 2, 3. We're going to double crochet into the next stitch, just like you see, and then we are going to chain 1, and then we're gonna skip 1 down at the bottom and then double crochet in the next 2. And so remember how I said that there is going to be buttonholes or gaps within the strap? That is being caused by this skipping over right there. So that'll be the first row number 1. So it's going to tell you to do the same things going for rows 2 to 10 for this particular size. So let's turn our work, and just to begin row number 2, chaining 3. So 1, 2, and 3, and simply just going to double crochet into the first one, and we're just going to chain 1. Okay, so we're going to create the next gap and then double crochet in the final 2, and remember the final one is in the top of that beginning of the chain 3. And so I want you to repeat that for rows number going from rows 2 to 10, unless you've done a different size. And again, you can always try this on a child if you're concerned about the strap being too long or too short at that particular moment as well. So continue to do that, and then I will meet you back up when we'll start off with the next one. So go all the way to 10, fasten off, and then we'll start off with the next round as well. And just a little helpful tip for you, when I'm doing this I always like crochet with a pen in my hand because these go so quickly. I always find that I just hold a pen. It's just one of those things that'll save you some time just reaching for a pen to grab and click off your work. You can always count the rows if you wanted to, but I'm kinda lazy that way. So I just take my pen, just go, and then 1, 2, and 3, and yeah. So these are my kind of little tips to speed you up as well. When you get to your last row, you just need to chain 1, which I've already done off camera, and then you're just going to single crochet yourself all the way across instead. So we don't have to skip anything, just single crochet right into the gapping space and all the way across. And I want you to fasten off, and when we come back we're going to start the next back strap on the other side using the seam marker or even just to counter stitches all the way across at this point. So fasten off, and I'll meet you back in just a moment. Okay, I want to apologize here. I think I'm kind of getting messed up in my own self. It's one of those things. I knew that the seam was underneath the armpit. I just couldn't figure out why. And so I've been telling you it's on the armpit, and then it's not, and then it's under the armpit. It is under the armpit. What we're doing is we're using that as a marker for the side in order to do the back, do the back straps. Okay, so it is actually on the sides, and I do apologize for that. That is my fault. So continuing to move around, so when I had you look at it, I had you with the seam in the middle, and then we put our strap here. So what I need you to do is that I need you to turn this as if you're looking at it from the back, because you're going to be. And what we have to do now is count over the amount of stitches that we need. So you'll see 16, 16, 18, or 18, and in my case, because of the small size, it is 16. So we're just going to count the number of stitches coming across from where this is stops. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And so I want to skip 16, so I want to go to the 17th. And I want to begin to do that. So you're going to create an identical strap to what you just did over here right in this spot. I don't need to show you how to do that strap one more time, but this is the other side of the back strap. What I would recommend to you, the very first time I ever did this, is that I did miscount. I don't know how I did, but I did. And what I did here is that because I miscounted, I noticed that my straps were slightly off. And so you want to make sure that when you are attaching it, that it's actually going to be able to be okay for you at this particular point, and actually sitting in the right spot as well. So let's begin to do that. Do another one of these straps, and when we come back I'm going to start and we'll figure out where the front straps are going to be. Hopefully I won't be so confused at that particular point. So let's leave you with that, and I'll be back in just a moment. So we're looking at the back of the dress right now. Here are the back straps. It's going to go up over the shoulders, and I want to continue to move to my left. So let's just fold this now so that the spine is right in the very back and both straps are on both sides. Okay, and so therefore we're going to move to the left. So we want to go here. It says for the right front strap you can skip 12, 14, 16, or 18 depending on your size. I am doing the smallest size, so it will be 12. So I want to grab my yarn and get it ready, and I have a slip knot already prepared for it. In the front, right front strap, the straps in the front are actually solid. So in this case I want to skip over 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And that's where I want to attach it to at this particular point. And just get this ready to go in, attach just like so. So as per the instructions, it says with join A, which means the color, says to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, and says to double crochet into the next 4. So before we had a group of 5 stitches with a chain 1 in the middle. This case we are just doing 5 double crochets in a row. I guess the chain 3 counts as 1. So this is the same width as the one that you've done in the back, but in this case we're keeping it solid without any gapping spaces. And essentially what you can do is just follow the instructions, and you will notice that in rows number 2, so let's turn our work, we've already got our first one in row number 2 it says to work in the front loops only, and so we're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and by going in the front loops it gives the straps some texture, so we're just going to double crochet into the front loop only. So just going into one side, and so that it gives the strapping a little bit more flavor, I suppose you can say. And so we want to turn our work again, and so you really want to pay attention to your straps at this particular point. You don't want the strap going up over the child. You don't want it to be too long either, because you want that back strap to come around and sit nicely on top of it as well. So you're just continuing to go into your particular stitches. So continue to do that for the remainder of this here, and you will see in the instructions it says I just automatically did the back loops just a moment ago, and it says to repeat rows 2 and 3 for the pattern, and then basically you can just single crochet off single crochet the final if you wish, but in this case it doesn't require you to do that, but it's again something that you can add for your own little flavor as well. So I'm going to prepare for the final strap, and this is where I went wrong in the original sample the very first time, is that what I want to do now is that I want to put the 2 back straps in behind, and I want to fold it in a way that I can actually see it working. And so what I wanted to make sure is that when a child is wearing this is that it's going to stay up on this child. And so we can either count over your stitches, so in this case it says to count over 16, 16, 18 or 18, so you want to count over, so this will be 16, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. And what are you noticing here? You're noticing here that this stitch is not going to be in line. For some reason, it happened to me on the very first one as well. No matter how many times you fold it, it's still going to look a little off. So this is where you want to use your own creativity at this point and determine whether this strap needs to be moved or it needs to be aligned in a better way. So what I would recommend is that kind of lay it out just like so, flat like this, and just see how it's going to work. So you'll notice that the strap is on the outside here, and so you can just simply come along this side over here to be able to do that as well. And so when it's sitting on the child, it should sit properly coming up over, and you don't want these straps to the point where the strap is going to continually fall off the child either. So it's a good way to be able to take a way of looking at it in order to get it to look right. So that's what I would do if it were me. So I would just simply, instead of counting, I would just put it in where you've seen it, just like this. I know this is cheating, but in the world of crochet, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. So just do that and make another strap just like you just did. So now it is time, now that the both straps are in, and now it's time to add your buttons, and you want to make sure that your buttons will fit on properly, as well as the buttons will go through the gapping spaces of the back strap, just like so. So when you're fastening on, I would recommend that you come down to the second area right here when you go to sew these on. Make sure that they're extra sewed because you don't want them to become a choking hazard. So do that again off camera, and when we come back we're going to be finalizing off this project for today. So this is it, and both buttons are now fastened on, and I have the straps in place. You can just put them on, and voila, you have a beautiful little dress to be able to use. Until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of redheart.com as well as the Crochet Crowd. Thank you so much for joining me on this very long tutorial today, and hopefully that you enjoy this dress as much as I did in order to make it. Until next time, we'll see ya.